Hey guys, Rob Mitchell. Thanks for joining me for Market Mapping video series number 5. What's the probability to take both sides of a period? This video is going to be short and sweet, but it's an important concept that I wanted to share with you about market mapping. First off, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. There is a risk of loss trading futures. Don't use the grocery money for trading. Um, so this one, how likely is it to take both sides of a period? I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. You know, market mapping in general, and all these videos are about knowing what's normal or not, so you can tell what kind of trading environment you're in, and so you can make better trading decisions. Probability to take both sides. Let me show you what that might look like on a chart. This is a chart with the smart periods applied to it, and it's showing me or mapping onto this chart the 30-minute periods for the NASDAQ. And it's showing me the ones I can see on the outside easily that this one traded both sides. Both sides. And we had another one here that traded both sides. This G period here traded both sides. And this A period traded both sides. I'll tell you a funny one about, I was talking to Steve in the stock index trading room, and he told me that they were trading this every day. So what you do is you check your maps because they're really high, getting really high probabilities for that. For this particular one, this is about a 60% event, which is actually a very high event, a very high probability event. For the NASDAQ, for A period is about 60%. The baseline here, if you just look at these, if you leave out the A there and you just look at these 10, 10, 30, 10, 10, 10, 0, 0, 20, 0, 0, the baseline for this particular interval here is about 10% at best. And so when you see the 60, it's 6 times normal is the way to think about that. Now, if you get that encompassing pattern in another period, like I think we saw one for G period uh, on a Wednesday. If you see that you have that is very abnormal for it to do that. And so, which is what the point that we were saying about a minute ago is you want to know when the market's normal or abnormal. When you get an encompassing pattern, sometimes I call these encompassing pattern or trading both sides. When it does that and the probability is not high for that interval, then that usually tells you that there are some parties present that have interests other than the trend. Yeah, trading from the outside or pressing to the other side. And so you want to be aware when that's happening. And that's why we keep the smart periods on our chart and why we keep an eye on these maps. Now, another super important concept that I've been putting in all these videos is always test before you trade and trade the way you test. Why? Because you need to have an intuitive understanding of what these things are rather than it just being a thing that I told you to do. Yeah, so make sure that you test it and explore it. If you got smart periods, you can go back and study the periods. You see all the various statistics that it can do. You can look in the documentation, including on the free Mondays. There's documentation there that gives some insights about how you can use that indicator, not just with maps, but for all kinds of things. Yeah. So you can subscribe to the market maps at indicatorsmart.com/market mapping. If you go to indicatorsmart.com, you can also find market mapping on the menus. I do mapping in my trading room every day, advanced mapping applications. In fact, the entire trading room is wrapped around that kind of application mapping and whether or not we're following or not and being aware of those things. And the guys in the stock index trading room cover the maps every morning. Yeah. But for advanced applications, you probably want to get with the oil trading room. Why oil trading room? Because oil is a very consistent market. It doesn't chop a lot and it only has one report per week. And so that's why I have chosen that market for teaching trading because it's the it's a very clean market to trade, and the statistics in that are very reliable. So it's a really good place to learn these kinds of concepts. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for you today. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again on the next one.